Hi, I'm Scott.
Hi, I'm Corey.
We are
the Plowed Brothers. Yes, we are, and we have a very exciting message today. It is March 8th, 2023 today, and we would like to wish all the ladies on Earth a happy International Women's Day. And today, initially on the Plowed Brothers, because it's not just about the brothers, it's about the sisters too, we are going to highlight Nana from Tech World with Nana. This is her website. So if you haven't heard of Tech World with Nana, you probably should, because I've learned a lot from this lady, from this woman, and she's very good, very intelligent. If you want to get into DevOps, there's DevOps Bootcamp courses, roadmap. There's links to her YouTube channel. As always with our subjects, we will put the link to this in the description down below, and then you can find your way over to her courses. And
little aside, even ChatGPT, I put in a thing, what's a good YouTube video for Kubernetes?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Tech with Nana has a really good da-da-da. It's like, okay, even ChatGPT knows.
Yep. And she's still making stuff today. And there is, she makes prompt engineering videos for ChatGPT, which is pretty cool. So thank you, Nana. You may or may not see this, but we appreciate you, and happy International Women's Day once again. Yeah, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to look at this tutorial, which is let us through the magic of television, shrink us down. Woo! We are looking at this tutorial. It's a 10-minute tutorial, so it should fit if all goes well in our 10-minute tutorial. This is a live tutorial that we're going through, live to tape. Tape were a real thing. The AWS experience requires intermediate. The cost to complete is free tier, and the services used is step functions and the SQS for simple query service. So I already have, and you need AWS account, which I have open in the next tab. Cool. So I guess I'll read this introduction. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use step functions in Amazon SQS to design and run a serverless workflow that orchestrates a message queue-based microservice. Step functions is a serverless orchestration service that lets you easily coordinate multiple AWS services into flexible workflows that are easy to debug and easy to change. Amazon SQS is the AWS service that allows application components to communicate in the cloud. This tutorial will simulate inventory verifications requests from incoming orders in an e-commerce application as part of an order processing workflow. Step functions will send inventory verification requests to a queue on SQS. An AWS Lambda function will act as your inventory microservice that uses a queue to buffer requests. When it retrieves a request, it will check inventory and then return the result of step functions. Task and step functions configured this way, it is called a callback pattern. Callback patterns allow you to integrate asynchronous tasks in your workflow, such as inventory verification microservice of this tutorial. And there's the simple diagram. Step functions into SQS, AWS Lambda back into step functions. Okay, implementation. Let's expand. Okay. All right. Open the AWS Management Console. So you can keep the step-by-step guide open. When the screen loads, enter your username and password to get started. In the search text box, selects SQS to open the service console. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to move this tutorial to the right today. Maybe do it like that. And do this like this. No, I don't want that. So let's bring it down. So you can keep the step-by-step guide open. When the screen loads, enter your username and password to get started. In the search text box, type SQS. All right, I'm going to go over here and do that. SQS. A simple queue service. I think it said simple query service earlier, which is not entirely correct.
It's queue because it's a message queue.
Okay.
Not like queue from MI5 with all the cool things.
Exactly. if the SQS console landing page appears as shown on the screenshot, click Get Started Now. If you don't see this page, skip to the next step. I did not see that page, did I? I don't think so. So you skip to the next step. Okay, so we're going to create an Amazon SQS queue. In this step, you'll create and configure an Amazon SQS queue. A queue is a reliable, highly scalable buffer that stores messages as they travel between distributed applications or microservices. Queues help to decouple applications, connect microservices, batch tasks, or store notifications. Our use case for SQS in this tutorial will simulate the storage of inventory verification requests from incoming orders in an e-commerce application. First of all, we will create a simple queue that stores orders that are placed on the store. Enter orders in the queue name field. What, did we do this one already?
Yeah, so you want to pause for a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we did one very similar to this before. So you might have noticed that there was a weird and jump cut, and then the queues that were there before are now gone because we just deleted them because they weren't needed. It was for a very old tutorial we did in October of last year. So where were we?
You're about to create.
We're going to create. So we're going to call it. We're entering orders in the queue name field. So I'm going to create a queue name. We're going to call it orders. Right?
Yep.
Create new queue. Oh, it's interesting. It looks way different. Let me look at this. See when does it show the last time it was updated? It does not.
Yeah, it doesn't have a date on this one.
Okay, so I'm just going to put that back. And we got we're here. Leave the standard queue selected. Standard queue. Okay, let's go slow. Okay, standard up here. So it moved up here. Standard. Right? At least once delivery, best effort ordering. So we did that. You can configure your queue to modify the settings such as retention, settings, and delivery delays. For this tutorial, we'll keep the default parameters. So there's the default parameters, the configuration, brand new queue, so we haven't changed anything. Encryption key type, SQS QS, basic, only the queue owner, redrive allowed, dead letter queue, and tags. We're not doing any of that. We're just keeping it basic because we're following the tutorial, which hasn't been updated because it looks like the old UI. Your new queue is created and is now in the queue list. There it is. All right. So we did that one. Let's see if we can keep going. Create a workflow with state machine. Your next step is to design a workflow that describes how you want e-commerce orders to be processed. Workflows describe a process as a series of discrete tasks that can be repeated again and again. You'll design your workflow in AWS step functions. Your workflow will request verification of your inventory from a microservice. Many microservices use a queue to receive requests. In this tutorial, use AWS Lambda to represent the microservice. So you open the AWS step functions console. So let's look for that. Step functions. Same day. So similar to before, we're just going to delete this because we do not need it for this demo. Yeah, like obviously it didn't cost any money, but it's still sitting there.
Yeah.
The state machine has been marked for deletion. It will be deleted when all executions are stopped. Okay, cool. It's gone already. Okay. Open the AWS step functions console. Select author with code snippets. Where do you see that?
I think you have to hit create machine first, create state machine.
Okay. Write your workflow in code. So it says author with code snippet sample projects templates. So design your workflow visually, which is drag and drop. Write your workflow in code. So author with code snippets. So I'm gonna guess it's this one. Replace the contents of the state machine window.
Yeah,
Which I presume is this here.
I believe so as well. With the Amazon state language, and you can see there's a JSON right to the left of me. If you scroll down a little bit in the tutorial.
Yeah, right here. But I was just looking for where I name it. Did I get to name it somewhere? I don't see a naming area.
Probably next. It doesn't say anywhere in the instructions to make a name yet.
It did actually right here. It says name your state machine, inventory state machine.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, I'll go to ASL here.
No. The JSON was on the bottom there. The ASL.
Oh, it's with this below. Okay, I got you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got that.
Yeah, although it's probably worth putting a link to the Amazon state language.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Okay, so you could see it created the visual workflow on the right there as soon as I copied and pasted that. Structured language. The state machine uses a task state to put a message on an SQS queue. This task state is configured for a callback pattern. When you append .wait for task token to your resource, step functions will add a task token to the JSON payload and wait for callback. The microservice can return a result to step functions by calling the step functions API.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go next, I guess.
Think you have to.
And here you go.
Then,
you're right. So we're going to call it inventory state machine. Yeah. That was just make sure the name's right. Yeah, inventory state machine, camel case.
Yeah.
There's an error generating your policy for your state machine. Failed to parse SQSQ URL. Insert SQSQ URL here.
Yeah, so go up to the code or back to the code. Yeah.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah, so you need your SQSQ ARN from the from this SQS.
Okay, so I go here to the simple queue service. What? Yes. What? Okay. Click on that. Here's my ARN.
Yeah. No, you want the URL. Sorry, I said ARN. I was incorrect. You want the URL.
Okay. All right. So I want to put that here. Paste. Next.
Kept it. That should be good now.
Yeah, it is. It's good behind me. So now I'm gonna say creates. So we did that. Oh, it does say it right here. Copy the URL of your SQS queue from the SQS console and paste into your state machine definition, which is what we just did. Yeah. Click the refresh button to translate the ASL state machine into visual workflow. It already happened. You're able to easily verify. Blah 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 blah. Click next. Okay, so now I need to go to IAM.
Yeah.
And what we're doing now, because we definitely didn't edit anything out, is this part of the tutorial where you add a role to Lambda. So in IAM, we go on to roles, I believe, and I go create role. On the create role screen, leave AWS service selected.
Yep.
Select Lambda. And then next click permissions.
Yeah, it's slightly different than what they have there. You'll get their permissions on the next one.
Amazon, what was it? SQS?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll check that checkbox. And now click next and
So the other one is still selected even though I can't see it?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, they're both there. Policy name, SQS full access, AWS step functions full access. Okay, so we did that. Next tags. Well, you don't have to do that. And then next review. Enter the role name is inventory Lambda role. Here we go. Inventory dash Lambda dash role. And then click create role. Creating role inventory Lambda role. It says at the top.
No.
Oh, it's already done. Okay. All right. So that's that one. Checkbox. Okay. Create your microservice with AWS Lambda function. In this step, you'll create a Lambda function that will mock an inventory microservice. The Lambda function retrieves messages from SQS and will return a message to step functions that represent a result of the rest. Click on services and type Lambda at the top. All right, we'll go to our good friend Lambda. Choose, once it loads, create function. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't need any of these. We're not using these for anything, right?
No.
Dodgy
Those are just old tutorial. Yeah, dodgy function. That's a good one.
Nice. Okay. Very small. So we're going to go create function. Leave author from scratch selected. Next, configure your Lambda function as follows. For name, type inventory. For runtime, Node.js 8.10. So we'll probably just leave it as Node.js 18. That's probably current.
If it's the only option, looks like it's the only option.
There's Node.js 12.x, but that's fine. For role, select use an existing role. And then select inventory, Lambda role. Okay. All right. So we've done that. And then click create function. Okay. Replace the content in the function code window with the following code, then click save. From this JSON file right here. Okay, we'll do that.
I think it's just file save, I think, or there's a save button at the bottom. No, it's the file save then.
Oh yeah. Okay. Changes not deployed, so you have to deploy it. That's your save. Click add. Oh, wait. Here we are, open case function. Replace the contents of this function code window.
With the SQS thing, probably.
What? Okay, so I'm confused now. So replace the contents of function code window with the following code, then click save. We did that.
Yeah, done, yeah.
Open case function.
Huh?
Okay, that was this. Yeah, that was this. This code replaced this code, which was here before. So that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Now select the SQS trigger.
No, where do I do that? You have to
Uh,
press deploy.
Go scroll down more.
Oh,
No, on the console. Yeah. There's no trigger somewhere. Where does it say? I can't see that small. I can't see the what the. No, the other one. I can't see what the tutorial looks like. The tutorial's way too small, so I can't see.
Okay,
What
well,
it's
we'll
supposed
go
to
the
look
other
like.
way. So let me go to the bottom here. So we did that. Select the SQS trigger.
Yeah. From where? Where's the tabs on there?
Well, it says inventory isn't.
Inventory
okay.
function.
Okay, I think I know.
Right?
Yeah, hold on. Go here. We just have to deploy it. Right?
I have no idea. It needs to be a trigger. Add trigger. There you go. Add trigger.
Where do you see that? Oh, here.
And then you put a SQS as the trigger. I would type SQS. Oh yeah, okay. And then does that give you the?
Because then toggle enabled for your orders queue.
Yeah, you go up on the. Yeah, up. Yeah. Search the queue name. Type orders. Yeah.
There it is. Okay, and there it is. My orders queue. And click add, then click save.
I think saves automatic now. I think this old tutorial is.
Yeah, this
old.
tutorial needs to be updated.
Yeah. And then execute the workflow.
Execute your services workflow is ready to be executed. The state machine execution is an instance of your workflow and occurs each time a step function state machine runs and performs its task. Each step function state machine can have multiple simultaneous executions, which you can initiate from the step functions console, which is what you'll do next, if you know what's good for you. Or using the AWS SDKs, the step functions API actions, or the AWS CLI. An execution receives JSON input and produces JSON output. Click on services, type step in the search bar. Click on step functions to open the service console. On the state machines, click inventory state machine. It's weird. Click your inventory state machine. Click on start execution. So that's right here. Bunk.
And then
what happens? A new execution dialog box appears.
it's behind my head right now.
No, it's right here. It's right here.
No, the instructions that you're
sorry.
reading are behind.
A new execution dialog box appears where you can enter input for your state machine. This state machine does not depend on the input. You can use the default input. Click on start execution.
Okay.
Succeeded execution steps. We win it good. Yeah. Woo! Touchdown in the end zone.
Get them. Come get them.
Yeah.
Do.
All right. Okay. As your workflow executes, each step will change color in the visual workflow pane. Wait a few seconds for the wait a few seconds for execution to complete. Then in the execution details pane, click input and output. What? Where's that? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that looks like it worked though.
It did work.
Pictures.
So each step will change color in the visual workflow pane. I guess that's pane. That's it there. The inputs of your workflow.
I think you click on the thing in the bottom, and then it tells you.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
here, input. I'm gonna go over here, leave, go here. All right, here we go. So it's trying to get me to go here, the inventory state machine.
Yeah, and then delete it.
Delete. So we're gonna do that because that's the smart thing to do. Do your teardowns.
Yeah.
The state machine has been marked for deletion. It will be deleted. It will be deleted when all execution stopped. Last time I did that, it was super fast. Oh, it's still going. Oh, it's still going. Oh, it's gone. No,
Yeah.
it's still there.
So now the other one
It's
is
deleting.
get rid of the IAM role.
So next, you'll delete your Lambda
I'll
functions.
delete the Lambda function. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll look at Lambda. And when you're doing teardowns, if you're doing teardowns one at a time, make sure you go back and check that they've actually been deleted, or you might wind up costing yourself. I've done it. I haven't cost myself a lot, but I cost myself enough. Here's one. I have one. Actions, delete. It's a Lambda function, so they're pretty small. So it should happen pretty quick. Close, gone. Still deleting. Okay, that's fine. It's marked for deletion. So I will go to IAM. We will go to roles. And what do we call that again? Oh yeah, Lambda basic execution. You're right. Okay, and then just delete. I have to type Lambda basic execution. Oh man. Copy paste. Just who likes typing? Okay. And then in the IAM rules, that was it. In the queue list, select the orders queue. Oh, were they trying to tell me to go to the SQS?
SQS. Yeah, exactly what they're trying to tell you.
But I don't think they typed that.
No.
I think they were getting tired.
You'll find that there's a lot of assumed, oh, that's what they meant in documentation. You'll find that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't even find it now. Great.
That's because there's nothing.
Here we are. State machines.
You've gone.
It's gone. Okay, so I have done feedback. I'll do that later. So that's it. We did it. We successfully did the tutorial. We don't know when the last time it was updated was, but I presume it was a long time ago because a lot of the UI was really changed, but all this stuff was still there. We were still able to do it, probably because we're near or above this level, so we can figure it out over time. Well, that's all.
Right.
That's all for this week from the Cloud Brothers. So once again, happy International Women's Day. Goodbye.